going to be it. We're going to be talking about Georgia football going to another playoff, potentially next year, potentially the year after with the expansion. Get used to the Bulldogs being on this stage because they're going to be here for quite a while.
All right, I hope you're right, Maria. I hope you're right. It sure seems like it is just the beginning of extraordinary things to come. We've already seen some extraordinary teams and moments and players, but man, oh man, where we sit tonight is something else. David Pollack now, the great defensive lineman, now joins Reggie Chapman.
And it's just something that you wouldn't have believed would have happened. We always look for the wrong thing to happen, the shoe to fall on the other foot, and now it seems like it's going the other direction. It's really fun.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That's David Pollack from ESPN, just breaking down what has been an unbelievable performance. And I think one of the biggest things that he told me, we asked about Stetson Bennett and maybe what his legacy is at this school. And he says that he is not only just at this school, but just the most accomplished quarterback in both the BCS and college football playoff history when you take into account 2 national titles in back-to-back years. He did it at Georgia, David Pollack's old school. And for him, he says this is just silly. The fact they're able to do this on this big of a stage, and he says it's also sustainable. Of course, they lost so much talent from last year. They're losing actually less talent this year than they did last year, and so Pollack actually thinks this is something that this can be sustained. He's really impressed with what Kirby Smart's been able to get done during his tenure at Georgia. He's built a sustainable winner, and he's done it in an era that has gotten a little bit more difficult. Of course, you're talking about NIL, you're talking about the transfer portal, and yet this team did not have that many transfer portal players. These are all guys that were developed in-house at Georgia, and they took advantage of it on the biggest stage. Back-to-back titles. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue to do it going forward.
Well, it's still, I know we say it over and over, but it is impossible in this Georgia program to think of a walk-on quarterback, somebody who then went to Jones Community College and then came back to UGA, to possibly imagine to be able to scale those kinds of heights. I mean, it's one thing to be able to do it physically, but playing quarterback is sort of a mix of psychology and physicality, and this guy did both of it, and he did it for a very long time. His performance tonight was almost letter perfect. I mean, I can't imagine a better performance that we have seen from a quarterback at any level than what we saw from him tonight in this game where the lights were the brightest.
I think it feels even sweeter when you look back and you just think about how much scrutiny Stetson Bennett has gotten over the last couple of years. Last year, all year long, everybody was saying he's not the guy. He can't beat Alabama. He can't win the big game. The moment's too big for him. Put in JT Daniels. I mean, even this last year, the dude is, I think, 24-8 now as a starter here at Georgia, and he's managed to win 2 titles in back-to-back years. He's a guy that nobody expected to be in his position, and David Pollack even said that. He said, it's kind of like Geno Smith in his interviews earlier this year. He said, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back. That's exactly what Stetson Bennett has done during his career, going through the junior college route, coming back to Georgia, not giving up. Kirby Smart has said it over and over again. They kept trying to find reasons not to have him in this position, not to have him running the show for this Georgia team. And yet he kept showing him how good he was, that he could handle this stage, that he could handle this moment. And he's really done it in an incredible way, and his legacy will live on forever.
It's just extraordinary. I mean, we sit here tonight thinking about this perfect Georgia season and all of these great players and all of these great moments and these great coaches. You just sort of shake your head about, I mean, these are all young people doing extraordinary things.